All right, everyone. So there's an article here from Wrestle Talk titled Major Match Not Planned for WWE Money in the Bank 2025. An update has emerged on plans for WWE Money in the Bank 2025, and they don't include a major match that fans have been hoping for. John Cena only has just over 20 appearances left for the rest of the year before he retires in December. With fans still holding out hope, WWE will run Cena versus CM Punk for one final time. They, of course, had a rivalry over a decade ago with their match at Money in the Bank 2011 being one of the most memorable of its era. With this year's WWE Money in the Bank coming up on June 7th and Cena being advertised for the show, fans have wondered whether that will be the setting for their final match as a callback to the aforementioned 2011 bout. A new report from PW Insider states that the creative sources have said Cena versus Punk is not currently in the plans for Money in the Bank. However, the company does want to run the match later this year when the timing is right, according to one source. After Cena retained the undisputed WWE Championship against Randy Orton at Backlash, Punk made a post on Instagram saying that Cena was the only champion for now, implying he has his eyes on the title. So this is a pretty, interesting update, right? Because what we're looking at here is this big match. We just saw Cena versus Randy. Now we're going to wait and see when we get Cena versus Punk. I don't think they want to give everything away right away, though. They don't want to have all these great matches and then nothing for the end. So I don't hate it. I think you got to trust WWE on this one. CM Punk has made it clear, like they talked about in his social media post, that he will like to go for the championship at some point, and he does want to face Cena one more time. One of the interesting parts about this is I think they did a great job of making this kind of retirement tour even bigger than it would have been. Certainly we've talked about this, how just having Cena on the retirement tour is big in of itself, right? It's already a big deal. But by making it where Cena's a heel who wants to destroy wrestling, right? He's someone who wants to keep the belt all the way through, and at the end leave with the belt and just kind of destroy wrestling. That's made it even more interesting, right? And now you're getting title matches with all these people Cena has faced throughout the years, and then you're going to get some new guys in there as well. I just think it's so well told, and it's not something you would have expected. This isn't something that you would have expected going in. So I think WWE is doing a really good job with this. I don't know if it makes sense to have it at Money in the Bank. I do think you always want to have that kind of feud in your back pocket. I think the one with Randy was perfect, right? It was right at that perfect time. You can have Randy go do whatever. I also don't know, would they make it where it's kind of a three? Like it doesn't have to be one off, right? Could they do three matches with CM Punk? That might make more sense if they were to do it at Money in the Bank. But I think they've told it. I think Cena's retirement tour story so far has been told, almost perfectly. Now, the some of the stuff with The Rock, okay, that's been a little bit weird, and I get that. That certainly has been a little bit weird. Um, it felt really good. Well, it started kind of like, oh, I don't know what's going on here. Then it felt really good. And then it kind of didn't make sense again. So we still have a long way to go. But even with that, it's been the biggest story and it's been one of the best. And now you add in, kind of this Heyman faction and everything that WWE is doing with that. It's just, I think it's going to be phenomenal. So doesn't look like this is going to be at Money in the Bank. What we can say for sure is this is a match that's going to be coming, barring any kind of injury. And, let's hope CM Punk, Cena, let's hope there's no injuries. Barring any injury, that match, we're going to get to see it at some point before the end of Cena's retirement tour. And that's going to be a huge build. I think fans are going to love it. And I can't wait for that. So put in the comment section below what you think. Should they do it at Money in the Bank? When should they do it? Should they do it at all? Maybe there's someone out there who thinks, no, actually, I don't want to see that match. I'd love to hear from you as well. Thank you all for watching.